Welcome to the Girl Means Business podcast. I'm your host, Kendra Swalls. Over the last few years, I have built a business that allowed me to quit my 9-to-5, spend more time with the ones that I love, and live my best life. Now, I'm sharing everything I learned along the way with you. Each week, my guests and I will share actionable tips, tangible advice, and honest conversations to help you build your dream business. So get ready to take notes and put in the work because this girl means business. Hey guys, welcome back to another wonderful week here at the Girl Means Business podcast. We are on episode 27, and I am super pumped about this week's episode because we have our first repeat guest. If you recall, a few weeks ago, I interviewed this amazing woman, Charlsey. She has the community Always Her with the website, the blog, the social media groups, and we did a Facebook Live together, which several of y'all joined her group and popped in on the Facebook Live to say hi and learn all about comparison versus inspiration. It was an incredible Facebook Live event, and I hope you got a lot out of it. In case you missed our first episode, you can go back to episode 22, Cultivating a Community with Charlsey Childers. It's a lot of C's in there. So go back if you haven't and listen to that first interview with her. She is an incredibly bubbly, vibrant, amazing, passionate lady, and I am so glad to get to call her a friend. And today we are going to listen to part 2 of our interview together. And in this part of the interview, we are talking about your passion and your why and your purpose. And with her community and with what I've created here with the Girl Means Business podcast, we are both on a mission to help women become their best selves. We have a very strong passion to do amazing things and help other women do amazing things. And when you have a passion, when you have a really amazing purpose for why you're doing what you're doing, it definitely comes across to your listeners or to the members of your community. And so today we're going to hear all about her purpose, her passion, her why. And then we have another exciting Facebook Live coming up for you next week. We are going to be going live on October 10th at 10 a.m. Central Time. And I'll be sharing my side of this interview, which is talking about my purpose, my passion, and my why. But for now, let's listen in to what Charlsey has to say about her reason for starting the Always Her Facebook group. All right, Charlsey, welcome back to the Girl Means Business podcast. How are you today?
Fantastic. I'm super excited to be here again. It is such an honor. Thank you for having me.
Well, thank you for coming back. We had a great time the first time, and we talked about your Facebook or your group in general, the Always Her. You've got the Facebook group, you've got social media, you've got the website and the blog. You've got this community of women who are coming together, supporting each other, lifting each other up, and doing amazing things. And I just love it. So I want to dive a little more into sort of how you are incorporating your story into that group of women. So real quick, before we dive into that, in case anyone hasn't listened to the first part of the interview, just give us a quick little brief overview of what it is that you're doing within that community.
Within Always Her? Absolutely. Yeah. So thank you for your kind words. So Always Her is a community. The mission and the vision behind it is for it to be the source of inspiration for 1 million positive, strong women to be unapologetically themselves in all they were created to be.
Awesome. And I love it. And it's an amazing group. So if you haven't already joined, I'm going to go ahead and encourage you to hit pause and go join right now, because I promise you won't regret it. And then at the end of this interview, we're going to talk about some fun things that we're doing together in your group.
Yeah.
Okay, so we talked in the first interview together about sort of how you cultivated this group, how you were able to build a group of 600 plus women, because I'm sure it's growing all the time. So by this point, it could be even more. And now I want to talk about one of the things you mentioned, which was the fact that it's such a supportive and amazing group of women who are really lifting each other up, and they're there for each other. And when you have a bunch of women in one place, that's not always the case of how it works out. So you've definitely created something really special. And you mentioned that a lot of it has to do, well, of course, you said the quote that I love, your vibe attracts your tribe. And you mentioned that you're sharing about, your why and your purpose behind why it was created. So tell me a little bit about how that looks. Like, what exactly is it that you're doing that's attracting people into this group, in this community?
Yes. Excellent question. And thank you for your kind words, about that, and about Always Her. And so, what I'm doing, you mean as far as the practical steps I'm taking to grow the group, or?
Let's start with when you first started the group. So you first start the group and you've got sort of a handful of ladies that are in there with you. How did you set the tone for what the group was going to be like?
Ooh, such a good question. I think I touched on this a little bit before. I think it boils down to awareness and intention. And so being aware of, what you want to create, the type of environment that you are attracted to, that being aware of what other women want and being intentional about, doing that. And so, Always Her is, it's essentially about being authentic and being, your authentic self. And so all of the content, all of the lives, everything you see, it is going to come back to authenticity. And it's always going to come back to that mission and that purpose. Does that make sense? Did I answer your question?
Yeah, absolutely. And, I think about this because there's a lot of Facebook groups I'm in that are geared towards women, and they don't all have the same feeling to them. There's some that you go into and you have to tread lightly and you have to be careful what you say because you don't know what the backlash is going to be. And I feel like that you've created a group that doesn't have that feeling. You go into that group and you feel like it's a safe space. And so what have you done? Have you, been very specific in your guidelines? Have you just modeled it? Have you just have you attracted these women who are just in this really amazing space that are not necessarily going to snip at people, but they're just naturally going to support each other? Or what's taken place there?
Yes. Oh my goodness. Excellent question. So I think, the energy that we bring each and every day, the energy we bring to our businesses, just the energy that we bring in general is so, so important. And, not to say that, the Always Her Facebook group is any better than any of the other Facebook groups. It's just something that I noticed when I was, in the very beginning stages of creating this community, that, so many Facebook groups and so many other communities, focus around being a mom or, being an entrepreneur or, being a believer or being, whatever it is. But that, and all of those are amazing. There's nothing, wrong with that. And, but what about the energy? What about the energy? Because, yes, you and I are moms, but we could be totally different. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean?
Being a mom doesn't define you as a person.
Oh my, yes, you totally, that's what I should have said. Yes. That's so good.
That is one thing I've noticed, like in your group, and you're so right. Like there's moms groups out there that I'm in that it's all about being a mom and it's all about being there for your kid and what kind of lunches are you making and what activities are your kids in. And then you have other groups for entrepreneurs that are, what are you doing in your business? How are you balancing this? What are you doing to market? Blah, blah, blah. And I think that is one of the unique things about what you've created is that it's a space for every woman, no matter whether you're a stay-at-home mom who loves to do yoga and cook super healthy meals for your family, or you're the working mom, or you're just the career woman who has no desire to have kids right now, and you love traveling and spending time with your friends. Like, this is a space for all those women to come to one place. And I think that's something that has been needed, because there's all these little niches everywhere. And, there's not been a place that I've found that has combined all those things and is just supporting women as women and not trying to label them as you're a mom, you're a businesswoman, you're an entrepreneur, you're a Christian, you're, this or that or whatever. You're just a woman, and you're welcome here because of that.
Yes. Oh my goodness. Yes. And I think, there is definitely a need and a space and a place for, communities to be about moms, to be about, entrepreneurs. Like, we all crave to feel like we belong somewhere. We all want to feel safe. And I think, just something that I noticed, okay, yes, if you want to, for whoever, for somebody listening right now, if you're wanting to create a community, like, yes, you might be wanting to create a community for moms or entrepreneurs, or, around fitness and faith or whatever it may look like. In addition to that, what is the energy that comes with, that? So if you're trying to build a community around, working out consistently, what type of energy do you have to have in order to work out 6 days? You have to be determined. You have to be driven. You have to be, loyal. You have to believe in yourself. And so, so yes, it's, great to have that top layer. What is that deeper layer? What is that thing that truly unites us all?
Hey guys, we're going to take a really quick break from this amazing interview to talk about something really exciting. We are talking about the Business Box. If you have been listening to the past couple of weeks in this podcast, you know that I have created this new amazing subscription service geared just towards you, boss babes. Those of you looking for a roadmap to take your business to the next level. The Business Box is a monthly subscription service where you get a digital box delivered to your inbox every single month. Each box has a different business-related theme, such as social media, your ideal client, money matters, legal matters, all the topics you're going to need to know to build a strong foundation for your business so that it can grow and soar to amazing heights you didn't even know were possible. Each month, you'll get that digital box delivered to you with tons of content, from video tutorials, PDFs, stock images, social media content, worksheets, workbooks, every single thing you could possibly need to get your business moving in the right direction. It truly is the roadmap you've been looking for your business. And in addition to all the incredible digital content you'll be getting each month, you will have access to the Business Box Insiders Facebook group, where I will be sharing live Q&A sessions, monthly social content that is relevant to right now, this season that we're in, additional marketing tips and tricks, and answering all the questions you have. And as if that wasn't enough awesomeness, I also will have the mini mag. This is your quarterly physical guide that will be the companion to the digital content you're getting each month. The mini mag will be delivered straight to your physical address, your mailbox, because who doesn't love getting snail mail, right? It's the best. And each magazine will have guest articles, additional content, additional worksheets you can use to go with your digital content, coupon codes, tons and tons of extra resources to help you move your business forward. And you never know when I might throw in a little extra surprise, because we all love sharing the amazing things we find for our business. So if you feel like the Business Box is your next step in building your business, head over to today's show notes at girlmeansbusiness.com/episode 27 and click the Business Box link. In there, you can sign up, and if you join quickly, the first 100 members will get the founding member discount. This takes off $10 of your monthly subscription service price. If you are ready to take your business to the next level, if you've been searching for someone to hold your hand and walk you through the process of knowing what you don't know yet, then this is the subscription service for you. So again, head over to today's show notes, click on the business box icon, and we'll get you all set up. All right, guys, back to the show.
So I want to go back to the beginning, what we were saying about, you created this place where you were sharing your purpose and your why for why you created the group. What does that look like? Because I think a lot of entrepreneurs and people listening to this podcast have heard myself and other educators say, like, share your story, share your why, make sure it's known that this is the purpose behind what you're doing. But what does that actually look like? Is it your daily posting, your why? Is it a mission statement? Is it just little things that you're doing? Like, how does that look within your content?
Oh my gosh. I love it. Going deep, girl. Going deep. Such a fan.
Practical advice. Let's do it.
I think oh my goodness, I have so much. There's so much there. So in addition to being a community leader, I'm also a business owner. I have a skincare business. And, oh my goodness, let me gather my thoughts because I could literally write a book like just about this topic. And so, when we're creating a business, I think we have, I think our why perhaps aligns with our intention, if that makes sense. So if you're building a business, if you're let's say, okay, for example, when you're building a business, you might be doing it because you need to make $5,000 a month. You're looking for a way to, be home with your kids. There's a different why. Mm-hmm. And it's a great why. There's nothing wrong with that. And so really allowing that why to be your driver behind everything you do. And I feel like outside of a business, if you're, and creating a business is freaking hard work. And so if you're looking to create something in addition to, or creating a movement or something that can perhaps be bigger than yourself, then really honing in on your purpose and your passion. And, so for example, when I started my skincare business, I was open. I guess I discovered I came into a community of women who supported each other, lifted each other up, and I had never seen anything like that before. And I knew that, okay, running a skincare business isn't for everybody. Like, not every single woman is going to be called to skincare. That is not why God put you on this earth. Even though I love my business, but it connected me to a deeper purpose. And so, initially my why was, to be able to stay home with my kids, to create, another source of income for my family. And so that was the driver behind, what I did. And that was the results that I saw were in direct alignment with my why at the time. Does that make sense?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
And so then once I dove deeper into that and did a lot of inner work, did a lot of crying, did a lot of praying, and I discovered my purpose, why God put me on earth is to, inspire women. And so, okay, what does that look like? Creating a community. And so, it just built on that. And I feel like I'm kind of going all over the place with this.
So let me narrow it down for you. So let's say within your group, mm-hmm. you want to convey to your members the reason why you have created this group. What does that look like? Is it how you're posting? Are you sharing your story all the time? Is it once a week you pop in, you remind them? Is it that you have, a mission statement or like some kind of welcome letter to your members saying this is the basis behind this group? Like, what have you done? Maybe 2 or 3 ways that you have portrayed your why to the members of your group. Without it being, because I think a lot of people assume when I say, share your purpose, share your why, they think of that as being like, okay, I have to go on Facebook and write this whole long story about why I'm doing what I'm doing. And that's not necessarily what it looks like all the time. So what are some other ways that you have been able to get that across within your group without coming out and saying, I'm doing this to do X, Y, Z? Like, how have you been able to allow your community to understand the purpose without constantly bombarding them with your story?
Yeah. So definitely, having a mission statement and, from a practicality standpoint, having your mission statement, and then every once in a while, once again, being authentic and being natural. If you feel led to, share your why or part of your story, then continue to, to cast that vision and write it in a post. That's, I guess, my first, first advice or first thing that I have done. Mm-hmm. The second thing would be to, really walk the walk. So when it comes back to being unapologetically yourself, having the why, having the mission, just seep into everything, that we do, so that it's not just writing on the wall.
Right.
You can feel it. You can feel it, we have a big and bold dream of being the source of inspiration for 1 million women. So if that is my mission, if that is my why, then we got to move. We got to grow. We have to evolve. We have to be creative in reaching women. Like, it can't just be something that I go back to and look at. You know what I mean? It's got to be top of mind. So that would be, really just walking the walk would be the second advice or second thing that I've done. Oh my goodness. And the third thing I think would be to continue to, ask questions and just be open. What inspires me might not inspire someone else. And
that's good. That's really good.
So to connect it to being unapologetically, myself and being authentically me, that looks different for everybody. So being just really connected to the why and the purpose and the mission behind it. And so asking other women, what are you struggling with? Yeah. Where can we help you? Where can we link arms with you? How can we link arms with you? What can we do to meet you where you are in your day and lift you higher? And so just really breathing that, becoming it, in the blood. Does that, without getting too.
Oh, yeah. No, I think that's so true. And I think about several different companies that come to mind that that they have a greater purpose than what they're doing. And one of them was a friend of mine was selling these Seiko products, and they're these handmade leather bags and accessories and things, and they're beautiful. But the mission behind their company is not to sell bags. Their mission is to help these women go to university, the women that they have employed to create these products. And so it's not that they are throwing it in your face, but they are making it obvious that they have a greater purpose than what you're seeing on the surface. And I think that's really amazing. So one of the things I want to make sure that people know is that coming up on October 10th, you and I are going to continue this conversation. We're going to go a little deeper. We're going to dive a little further into this topic and my side of it a little bit more in the Always Her Facebook group. So tell us a little bit about what we're doing and how people can join us.
Yes. I'm super excited for it. So each month in Always Her, we talk about a different topic. And in October, we'll be talking about, owning your story, being, the mess, the mud, and the miracles of your story and using it to help others. And so on October 10th, we are going to be able to hear your story, Kendra. And I'm so excited. We all have a story and that can be used, with someone else's survival guide. And so we get to hear your story, your mess, your mud, and the beautiful things that you're doing, to help others with it.
Yeah, and I can't wait. I'm excited to chat with you more and share a little bit of my story and my why and with your community. And it's going to be really fun. So I will definitely link to that and link to the group on the show notes. So anyone that is not already part of your group, which hopefully after listening to our first interview, they all rushed over and joined in. And so if you're not already in the group, I will link to that so you can join and check out our Facebook Live on October 10th. That'll be a 10 a.m. Central Time. Figure out your own time zone because that's not something my brain can calculate.
Yay! I'm so excited for it.
Well, thank you so much for joining us again. It's been so fun. I'm sure we will have you on again in the future because this has been so awesome. And thanks so much. It's been really a great blessing to have you here.
Oh, thank you so much. And thank you for everything you're doing. And then also thank you for everybody listening. I hope this, helped you and inspired you in some way.
Awesome. Well, we'll talk to you soon. Have a wonderful rest of your day.
Awesome. Thank you. You too.
Once again, I want to give a huge thank you to Charlsey for joining us for a second time here on the Girl Means Business podcast. She will go down in history as the first repeat guest we've had, and I have to say it was definitely worth it because she's incredible. So again, you can join us if you are not already part of her Always Her Facebook group. Go join her Facebook group now. I will link it in the show notes, and make sure you join us live next Thursday, October 10th at 10 a.m. Central Time, where I will be sharing my purpose and passion and why behind the businesses that I have created. And as always, guys, please make sure you subscribe to this podcast so that you get notified every time a new episode goes live. And if you have not left us a review yet, please do so. It really means a lot to us. I read every single review. It not only helps me with my rankings, but it also helps other listeners who are new to the podcast get an idea of how much it's loved, what people are enjoying, and why they should listen. So if you've not left a review, head on over to iTunes and leave me a quick review right now. All right, guys, enjoy your week. I hope you are having a wonderful first week of October. I'm so ready for it to be fall, and this is the beginning of it. And as always, I will see you right back here next week, same time, same place. If you loved today's episode, don't forget to click the subscribe button so you never miss when a new episode goes live. Then head over to iTunes and leave a quick review to let other people know just how much you loved it. Thanks, ladies. See you next week.